to turn it up, 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 turn it up.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 14 of the More Than Macros podcast. Before we get started, remember our disclaimer: the information and opinions shared during this podcast are solely those of any given individual and not a substitute for medical advice. Hey Ricky.
Hi Brandyn.
I really tried to look at the camera that time.
I noticed. Does he see me?
The interesting thing is that no, because I have to stare at the freaking lens. But yeah. I've been trying to get better at that when I do vlogs too. My God, I watched my one video back, obviously editing it, and I'm like shifty-eyed McGee, and I'm like, oh my God, get it together! Stop moving your eyes.
But I think the one thing that I tried not to do for vlogging is looking at the actual screen and not the lens.
Yes.
So I definitely try not to do that.
See, I flip it down so I don't do that, but I think I might start flipping it up because I'm like, then it'll at least give me a target to look at.
Yeah.
I don't know. The dilemmas.
The first time I did it, I put a Post-it over it so I don't look at it, but I needed it flipped up.
Yeah.
Ugh, vlogging.
Well, speaking of vlogs, so I guess we don't really have much of a chit-chat session because people that are now watching us on YouTube are going to see that we're in the same clothes from last week. And while I did talk about in my roommate tag how I don't love showering, this is not just the same outfit from 7 days ago. We actually are recording back-to-back episodes.
Hold on.
Could you imagine if we did like a clothing change? Oh my God. Do you remember when they did, oh God, I think it was a VMAs where Sarah Jessica Parker hosted it and they counted all of her clothing changes? I
need one of those people.
Seriously. Henry, you're just laying there sleeping. Why aren't you picking out my next outfit? Damn it. All right, so this one, we thought it would be fun. We have been answering a lot of listener questions. We interviewed Dan. We've interviewed a couple other people in the last couple of weeks. So we thought it would be fun to just do a no-frills kind of episode and do one of like I said, we did a roommate tag on my vlog. I'm actually going to do a boyfriend tag because people keep asking about Kevin, so we're going to do a boyfriend tag. So we're doing a tag on here because why not? So this is actually going to be part 1 of 2 because these are like 50 random questions. Actually, the headline is 50 questions you've never been asked. So we'll see if we've been asked this before because we did do our 20 question episode, like as a little preview for people to get to know us. So we'll see if any of these have come up before. So if people want to go back and listen to those. I'm not really good, again, at like that whole thing like, oh, I'll post a link here. But maybe I'll figure out how to do that.
I think I might know how to do that now. Maybe.
Really?
Maybe. You could do it on YouTube and edit it through there.
Oh yeah, like how I sell like subscribe or like okay.
I think so. We'll play with it.
So click here.
Here or here or here or here.
Somewhere in the screen will be a link. Okay. So starting off, we're going to do 25 questions now. And then in a couple weeks or whenever we feel like doing the other 25, we'll do the other 25.
Yes.
Sound good? Good game plan?
Yes. I can't open the link for some reason. It's just giving me one picture, so you'll have to read them.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'll read them.
Okay.
All right. So question number 1. What is your favorite scented candle?
My favorite... I am gonna sound so basic, cause everybody knows what it is. I actually like the pumpkin spice, like the Yankee Candle. Are you familiar with Scentsy? Like those little They're Scentsy, and it's like a lamp, and like they're
Oh,
warmers.
yeah.
And I just bought like a bunch of like the Glade pumpkin spice, like little waxes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm basic.
I
Yes.
have so many. I'm so into like seasonal scents, so I can't get down with the fall ones just yet because I have vacation, so I'm waiting until the beach is over to really go fall. I actually have fall decorations right behind me because I refuse to let my roommates put them up. But I really, really like Sun and Sand by Yankee. It just smells like the beach. It like smells like suntan lotion. And I really like Bamboo. And I really like, for the fall one, I really like, they have Autumn Wreath, which is another Yankee one. Big fan of that one too.
I like the Apple Orchard too.
Oh, My biology teacher in high school actually like had a scent that she developed. Like she holds the rights to the scent. It's apple cider. I think it's apple cider.
Really?
Yeah. So anytime that you buy an apple cider scented candle, Mrs. Campbell is making probably like 2 cents. Okay, next question. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? This is a weird one.
This is a hard one. Maybe Mila Kunis.
Oh, I like her. She's cute. And you two look similar, so you could really be related.
She's pretty and she's funny, and she's the voice of Meg from Family Guy, which is crazy. Yeah. What about you?
I've really been in a Christina Applegate mood lately. So maybe her, but the other one that's coming to mind, and I have no idea why, because it's not that I even really like, I mean, I like her, but is Blake Lively.
She's cute, and she is married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Ooh, he'd be related. Yeah. I'll choose her.
Okay.
All right, so the opposite. What male celebrity do you wish was your brother?
That's hard too. I don't know. Because, like, everybody that I want to pick, it's like, no, I want them to be my lover.
I know. I'm like, not Ryan Reynolds, not Channing Tatum.
Right. Actually, I think I want to say Johnny Depp. Like, I always tell people, like, well, I mean, not for real, but, like, when Dan's like, oh, there's your guy, Johnny Depp, like, on TV, I'm like, no, like, he'll, like, joke around and say, like, oh, there's your husband, or there's your boyfriend, because I always talk about Johnny Depp, but I would always refer to him as my uncle. I'm like, no, he's my uncle.
So Uncle Johnny.
Yeah, so maybe not brother, but I would want him to be my uncle.
Interesting. Oh my goodness, I don't know.
It's really hard.
One that was coming to mind, and again, I have no idea why these people are popping into my head, but it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Ooh, he's coming out with a new movie, Snowden, or something like that.
Really? I love him. Or Leo. Because I don't look at Leo like, wow, want to rip your clothes off, Leo. But he's really talented. So maybe Leo.
Okay.
One of the two. Again.
And I do love Leo, too. Like, he's, like, so about the earth.
Yes. He's about the earth, and he always chooses very good movies to be in.
Yeah.
It's very, very selective. How old do you think you'll be when you get married? Both of us are unmarried, so let's see.
Well, we're both 30.
Mm-hmm.
How old? I mean, I definitely hope in my 30s. Dan and I have been together for almost 4 years. I don't want to give an exact age, but let's say before mid-30s.
I'll say the same.
Okay.
Yeah. In the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Do you know a hoarder?
Do I know a hoarder? Yeah, I think my mom. My mom's a hoarder. Yeah, big time.
Kevin has difficulty getting rid of, like, random shit, but, like, he'll throw away other stuff, like, very easily. Like, we always joke around that he has on his nightstand a tissue box from his grandmother.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, obviously she's passed, so he's holding on to it for sentimental value, but I'm thinking a cardboard box with some tissues in it is an interesting sentiment. That's like the people on Hoarders who their crushed cat under a pizza box is sentimental. Just saying.
Cricket.
So hopefully Kevin listened to question 4, but then turned off the podcast before question 5 was read.
Picture, sorry.
Oh, I like it. Can you do a split?
Yes.
Yes?
I could do, I think this one's American and then Chinese, like the middle split.
I could never do the front back one, but I could do, when I did karate, I could do a full split and I could put my head to the floor. I am not that flexible anymore, but I used to be able to. So.
I feel like I almost have to demonstrate, but that would be weird.
Well, now that you've mentioned it.
Ah! See.
If people were not tuning into the YouTube channel yet, they are now.
Okay. Move! Alright, so here's that one.
Very impressed.
And well, I'll face this way so I don't give people a crotch shot.
Oh, Boomer's so proud of you.
She thinks it's playtime right now. Alright.
I love the demo. Alright. How old were you when you learned how to ride a bike?
I know how to ride a bike, but I don't remember when I did, or learn how. I want to say maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think the same. I'd probably say, but definitely between like 4 and 6. I actually remember the bike that I learned to ride on and who taught me. Yeah, my cousin taught me, and it was like a tan bike with like white training wheels, but I don't remember when exactly it was. All right, next question. How many oceans have you swam in?
1, 2, 3. 3.
Does the Gulf of Mexico count? Have I ever been to the Gulf of Mexico? Yes, I have. Does the Gulf of Mexico... Does that count as a separate body of ocean than the Atlantic Ocean?
Oh, people are going to think we're so dumb. There's how many bodies of ocean?
I mean, it has a different name.
Yeah, sure.
And then, what's the ocean outside of, like, Playa del Carmen and Cozumel? That's a Gulf thing, too, isn't it? Because it's not really Pacific, because that would be the other side of Mexico.
I'm not very good at geography. So.
Clearly, I'm not winning any awards, so... But I'll say 3 as well. And if anybody wants to correct us, don't. How many countries have you been to?
Okay, not counting U.S., obviously. 4?
4?
I think.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, now I'm going to feel really dumb. Never mind, I don't want to sound dumb. But...
I'm going to say 3.
Oh, wait, 5!
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally forgot about Canada.
Maybe 4. But I don't know where Belize is. Like, I know I was there. Is it its own? It's not its own. I don't know. Again, these geography questions, this is ridiculous. We should have read these questions before. Is anyone in your family in the Army?
Was. My grandpa is a retired Chief Warrant Officer 3.
No. I don't have anybody that was in the Army. What would you name your daughter if you had one?
That I don't know yet, but funny story, I have a daughter with Brad Pitt. Yeah, so I think I was in 4th grade, so I was 9 years old, and Legends of the Fall had just come out.
Okay.
And for Christmas, I got this doll, and they're called Baby So Beautiful, and they're supposed to look like you. And so I got this Baby So Beautiful, and I had to think of a name for her because like she comes with a birth certificate and everything. And this is when like this is the first time I saw a man naked because Brad Pitt's naked in that film. Legends of.
I'm gonna have to put that on my Netflix queue.
Booty. Like I fell in love with him, 9 years old, and so I named my daughter, my Baby So Beautiful, Dominique Pitt. And I think the reason why I named her Dominique is because 1990s. Oh, so maybe I was 10 because the 1996 Olympics, Dominique Moceanu was in it.
That.
Yeah, so and I loved her, so I think that's why I named my daughter Dominique. But right, like if I were to have a kid now, I don't know. I have no idea.
I have 2 for the next question, which is what would you name your son? But I don't have one for a daughter. I really like boys' names being used for girls' names. Like a friend of mine's daughter is named Charlie, and I really like that. So It would be something along those lines, a little more like on the unique side if I had a girl.
Yeah.
But what would you name your son if you had one?
I don't know. Dan and I joke around because Dan's alter ego, well, when he used to be a bad boy, his alter ego was named Sebastian. Sebastian
Ooh.
from Intentions.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
And I always liked that name, but from where it comes from, like I'm like I don't know if I want to name my son that. My all-time favorite name is Oliver. I don't know why, but I love Oliver.
Ricky, we are like one person. It's weird.
Why? Is that one of yours?
One is Ethan Parker, and the other is Oliver James. Crazy.
That is crazy.
Where are we at? All right. Question 13. What is the worst grade you got on a test?
F.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember bringing home many Fs, but like, I mean, I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah.
Or like.
I mean, if not an F, like I definitely know I got D's before.
Yeah.
I didn't like science, and I actually had to repeat chemistry twice in high school. But you know what's so funny? Like, I was pretty good at math. I finished like my junior year, like calculus, so, but science was not my friend.
Yeah. I had a Victorian lit teacher in college that hated my style of writing. Like, he was like an older guy, and I write like I talk. And he hated that. So I don't even know how I escaped. I think he just was like, get this fucker away from me if I have to deal with him for another semester. All right. What was your favorite TV show when you were a child?
I think I have 2. One was Salute Your Shorts. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Salute Your Shorts. And the other one, I want to say Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
So,
like, yeah.
Kind of that like Nickelodeon ABC
right.
type deal.
Well, yeah, because I remember growing up, like, I was excited. Do you remember TGIF? Like, I think it was on
That's my
ABC.
answer.
Oh, TJF. That was like Fridays were my favorite because you just
Yes.
like sit in front of the television and watch like Step by Step, Full House.
Love Step by Step.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
But Sabrina the Teenage Witch I think was on there, wasn't it? Maybe
Yes.
not.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that. Then as I got a little bit older, it was Dawson's Creek. Like, I never missed an episode of Dawson's Creek. I love Dawson. I actually was watching it the other day because we got cable back, and I was watching it. I was like, oh my God, amazing. And it was the episode based on The Breakfast Club, which is like one of my favorite movies, so it was fantastic. What did you dress up as on Halloween when you were 8? You're lucky I remember what I dressed up as last year.
Yeah. 3rd grade. I don't remember 3rd grade, but I remember 2nd grade.
What were you in 2nd grade?
So 2nd grade was really cool. I was an astronaut. Like, I wasn't like your like typical princess or witch or any of those kinds of things. And like my dad, my father, he worked in like the movie industry, like doing props and puppeteering. So he would always make mine and my siblings costumes. And so he made me this red astronaut costume and like the legit helmet and everything. And he made with a cold pack and a fan. He made air, like it was AC, and it had, like, ventilation, so, like, it never fogged up, and, like, everything was working. I had, like, the little mic that comes through. Like, it was so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was 2nd grade, and I think that's also my absolute favorite costume that I've ever had my entire life, so I think that's why I remember it so well.
That's so cool. I was definitely an Indian somewhere around that time. So we'll say it was 8. But I remember it was one of the only ones that, like, because I mean, like, I did karate growing up, so like 1 year I was a karate kid and like stuff like that. I never was one, and I still am not, to really go crazy on Halloween outfits. So, but that was one of the years like that went like all out. Like, I remember making like a little like outfit with the fabric paint and stuff like that. So we'll say it was that. Have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series?
I've read the entire Twilight series, and I think all but the last half of the Hunger Games, like the last half book.
Okay.
Why did I not finish it? Because normally, like, when I do read, it's like plane rides or car rides or whatever. Yeah. Like, I don't get car sick, so and I think I probably just like didn't like fly again for a while, and then I just forgot about it. But yeah,
I've read them all.
I knew you did,
except for the last half of the last Twilight book. I did not finish that one, and I think it was just because it had timed oddly to the movie coming out. And again, like, I read like you do, like on like plane rides, or like I will read a lot on vacations and stuff like that. So if I caught it like at a weird spot and then just didn't kind of get back to it, and I think that that's how it had to be. And yeah. I will say I did not like all 3 of the series' last books.
Oh no.
I didn't like any of them.
Yeah.
So
I think no, I take that back on the last series or the last book on the Twilight. I think my least favorite was New Moon. I didn't really care for that one. New Moon's the one with Jake.
Second
like,
one?
Yeah, it was.
Ugh, snooze-ish.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, that's Hunger Games. I liked it, but I mean, for those of you who have not seen the ending, I guess I won't give it away. But I was really, really pissed off as a person who like studied English in college. I really thought it was a piss poor ending, and I'm all about endings. Like, I think endings can really save a shitty book or a shitty movie, and that one completely did the opposite. because I completely disagreed with who died, and I was pissed. That's all I'll say on that. But if you want to talk to me about it, I'll talk about it. Would you rather, which, by the way, I also think we should do at some point, like an entire Would You Rather episode. I'm just saying. Would you rather have an American accent or a British accent?
British.
Me too.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, that's fun. Did your mother go to college?
She didn't finish. She went for nursing.
Mine did not go to college. Are your grandparents still married?
They're both widowers. But
Yeah.
yes, they were still married.
That's my grandmother on my dad's side is widowed. She was still married when both of her husbands passed away. But my grandparents on my mom's side are not together and haven't been, I don't think, since I was born. So, I mean, for quite some time.
That's a weird question.
That is a weird question. And this one I've talked about twice. Have you ever taken karate lessons?
I've taken Taekwondo.
That's what I have a second-degree black belt in. So, yeah, I've taken lessons. Talk about a weird question. Do you know who Kermit the Frog is?
Of course I do.
I love it. I was gonna try and pull out a British accent, and I was like, "There's no way in hell that's gonna sound legit," but that sounded good. What is the first amusement park you've been to?
Well, I know I was like really young, so I wouldn't remember, but it was either Disneyland in Anaheim, California, or Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California.
Mine is Knoebel. It has to be Knoebel's. In Elysburg, PA. We used to go there almost every year when I was younger. So, and then because I didn't go to Disney until like first grade, so like 6. So I had to go to Knoebel's before them, even if I don't remember it. What language besides your native language would you like to be fluent in?
Spanish. I'm the worst Mexican ever. I'm so bad at Spanish. Like, I guess, like, I mean, I understand it way better than I speak it.
Yeah.
My grandma, she used to talk to me in Spanish. My godmother and my grandma would make me watch the novellas. And I knew what was going on. I mean, especially because, like, in, like, Spanish soap operas, they're very passionate, like, with what they're saying. So it was easy to follow what was going on. But, yeah, I suck at speaking it. I don't know. I guess I can't conjugate as quickly. Because, like, my Spanish teacher had always said, you don't know Spanish until you think Spanish.
Yeah.
And definitely couldn't think Spanish.
Well, that was my problem. I mean, I took French, which, I mean, was useless. And I can understand it if you speak it slowly. I can usually figure out at least what you're, like, a gist of what you're saying. And I can read it pretty well. But I tried to make the transition over to Spanish when I went to college, and I ended up dropping it because I just couldn't. But foreign language in general for me was tough because I constantly wanted to, like, this substitutes for this, and this substitutes for that. And it's just, it doesn't work like that. So it was never something that I was good at. But I would definitely choose Spanish as well because it would be obviously the most useful. I mean, I could barely get by ordering my cervezas in Punta Cana.
You know what's funny? Before I joined the Marine Corps, like, you have to take, like, a bunch of tests, like the ASVAB test or whatever. But I also took the DLAB test, and it's because I was going to get a job in linguistics. And my stepdad's like, yeah, you should take it. And it's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to, like, pass because I suck at Spanish. So, like, why would I be good at any other language?
Yeah.
And so the military, I don't know if it's just the Marine Corps that, like, made this test up. but let's say it's the military. The military makes up their own language, and you take this test, and you basically have to, like, decipher, like, what they could possibly be saying. Like, they'll say, like, you know, this one with, like, the 2 syllables will mean this, and then the one with 3 syllables will mean this, or whatever. And then, like, so you're listening to, like, the recording or whatever, and you're trying to, like, figure out what they're saying. I actually passed it. It was so weird. I have no idea how, but...
Maybe you have very good logical skills.
Sure. I like that.
Sure. Okay, last 2 questions.
Okay.
Do you spell the color gray as Grey or Gray?
That's a tough one. I think I spell it EY, but that's probably, like, a word that I, like, will typically Google before I type it out.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
I probably use them. I mean, I'd probably say AY, but I probably am pretty close to even with it. I know somebody whose last name is Gray, and it's spelled Gray, so I probably go to that one a little more commonly. But I mean, I guess I'm not using the word gray too often anyway. But all right, last question. What not what. Is your father bald?
No. But he's, I think, balding? But he's not bald. He's thinning. His hair's thin.
Thinning? Okay.
Yes.
My father is bald. Not completely. I mean, he's not, like, completely shaved head, but definitely has, like, the bald spot like I have, like, here. Yeah. So. All right. That's our first 25 questions. We've got 25 more to go in a future episode, but we'll leave you hanging. It's like a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.